Costco, Walmart, and even Target are now fighting hard for the American people and for U.S. households to actually bring costs down. But what Costco has been doing over the past several years could actually hurt them in the long run. I want to explain what's going on, how you are likely going to be impacted very soon, but what Costco is now saying. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and how you will be impacted very soon. But before I do, all I ask is one thing. Takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. Probably one of the last things that you thought you were going to hear today is that large retailers are fighting hard for American households, but they are. I want to show you this. It says big retailers, hardball tariff playbook, haggle, diversify, and then raise prices. What does that mean? Well, I'm going to get into this article from the Wall Street Journal. Look at this right here. It says, much of the action so far has focused on goods from China, which the Trump administration hit with a 10% tariff in February and another 10% tariff in March. Some suppliers say Walmart, Home Depot, and other retailers are pushing a variation of the same demand. Make a price concession or shift production out of China. Otherwise, the suppliers risk losing some business. Now, how is this playing a role on Costco, Walmart, Target, and even Home Depot? Well, it's simple. What these companies are doing is they're trying to figure out a way to bring prices down. We do not want to pay a 20% tariff. So what these companies are doing, they're telling the Chinese suppliers and manufacturers that if you do not lower your prices, we are going to find your products elsewhere. We will just completely move. We're not going to buy anything from China. So either move out of China or lower your prices. Look at this. It says companies are completely under the gun and panicking. It says businesses manage supply chains in Asia. That's what he does. The guy that he's given this statement. He says he has received a flood of inquiries from manufacturers facing pressure from retailers to move production out of China. It says some of the requests have raised the ire of Chinese officials. Authorities in China summoned Walmart for a meeting in recent days after some suppliers complained the largest U.S. retailer by annual revenue was pressuring them to cut prices and absorb the tariff cost. Okay, so Walmart is trying to get out from underneath this. Walmart understands that the majority of the products that they're purchasing, they're coming from China. But guess what? Costco has more. Look at this right here. It says data from the Observatory of Economic Complexity indicates Costco was the 12th largest importer of goods in 2024, receiving some 13,300 shipments. By far the greatest percentage of goods comes from China, or more than 81% of the total. Yeah, it's a massive, massive operation. Look at this. It says yet Canada and Mexico are major export markets for the retailer too. Costco imports things like beef, pork, and vegetable oils from Canada, while beer, liquor, tomatoes, and avocados come from Mexico. Food is the biggest category for Costco, accounting for 60% of its total $249.6 billion in annual sales. Fresh food alone is responsible for 1/5 of all sales. So here's what's happening at this time. Some major retailers, Costco, Walmart, Home Depot, Target, they're all going to China, going to Mexico, going to Canada, and all their suppliers and manufacturers. And they're telling them, here's the situation. You need to lower your prices or else we are going to have to adjust what we purchase. And a lot of the companies come back and they're saying that, sorry, we can't lower our prices. We were already razor thin to begin with. Now with these tariffs, we have to push them over to you. We can't actually lower our prices by 10 to 20%. And so now what's happening is these companies are reaching out to some other companies in other countries, asking them if they can take on their orders. But here's the thing. Once Costco, Walmart, Target, okay, could be Home Depot, once they start moving manufacturing to other countries, what's going to happen is the Trump administration is going to get wind of this, and when they do, they're going to hit the other countries with tariffs as well. So the good news is Costco is fighting for the American people and for every single household to bring costs down. The problem is it might not work. But here's the big question. Where was Costco? Where was Walmart and Home Depot and Target? Where were they 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when they could have went right to the manufacturer, right to the suppliers and said, you know what? We are paying too much. We need to bring costs down because inflation is now starting to become a major issue. Where were the major retailers at that point? Why were we continuing to pay 10%, 20%, 30%, 40, 50, 60, over 100% for certain products? Prices just kept going up. But now that the Trump administration is in, the Trump administration says, you know what? The American people have suffered long enough. They have suffered too long, and now we need to figure out a way to lower prices. One of the ways he can lower prices, tariffs. Even though tariffs are going to raise prices, what's actually doing it's going or taking that company, they're going over to the other manufacturers. Costco's going to China, Walmart's going to China and saying, you know what, you need to lower your prices. Because if you don't lower your prices, we're going to move our operation elsewhere. We're going to buy from your competitor over in another country. And they're going to figure out a way to bring prices down. Now, here's where things get interesting. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. What's going to happen, according to reports, and this was a statement made by Costco, one of their executives, and a Walmart executive as well, is what we are likely to see moving forward. Costco and Walmart are going to have to figure out a way to play hardball. They're going to have to negotiate. And by playing hardball, that means they will likely order less products from China, less products from Canada and Mexico. And as they do, the shelves are going to look a little more bare, which means their prices are going to go up anyway. Okay, supply and demand. But what they're saying is this. Even though prices are likely going to go up temporarily, the good news is they will come down. They will eventually come down. But in the meantime, prices are going to slowly tick up. So just understand, as of right now, these major retailers are fighting for American households to bring costs down and to put more money back in your pocket and to ensure that their companies remain as profitable as they've ever been. But it's going to be somewhat painful over the next few months. I just wanted to share this with you because I know a lot of people are saying prices are still going up. It's all because of tariffs. No, not necessarily. Prices are going up a little bit, but it's not necessarily because of tariffs yet. It will be soon. But as of right now, it's because people are buying more products. These large retailers are going to their suppliers, trying to negotiate better deals, and they will get them eventually. If they don't, they're going to bring manufacturing, bring all their suppliers to other countries. They'll start ordering, or right here in the United States. So we'll see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you right now is that yes, these large retailers who are making a massive amount of money are looking after the American people because they know if the American people don't have any money to buy things, their company is going under. So as we get more information on this, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates. But that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.